What up, everybody? What up, everybody? I'm here. This is a good question, but it's worded in a way that makes it super difficult to understand. But I still really like it. Maybe because I like mowing my grass. I'm into keeping my grass looking nice. So, a couple things you need to pay attention. D theta dt is a constant, and what that means is simply, come on, the the speed of the sprinkler of it changing its angle. It's changing its angle at a constant speed. Okay, that may or may not even be a realistic thing, but we have to live by that. We're also just going to let later on in this process, we're going to let d theta dt equal c because it says that. And later on down here, it gives us a little hint about that. So that's one thing we need to pay attention to. The other thing it tells us, if I read it super carefully, is that V is a constant. So the water is being shot out of our hose or whatever this sprinkler thing is at a constant rate, constant velocity, constant volume, actually. So I don't know what the V stands for. So first thing we got to do, we got to differentiate this thing with respect to T. Now, based on what we were just told, V is a constant. So yesterday when I was trying to help Carson with this was one of the most complicated derivatives I've taken because I was trying to take the derivative of all that with respect to T, and I thought V and theta, V was a variable. So keep in mind, theta is not constant. D theta dt is constant. Okay? So if we want to find the derivative with respect to T, well, I'm just going to let V squared over 32 sit out here because I can pull a constant out before I take a derivative. So what is the derivative of the sine of 2 theta? Carson, what's the derivative of sine of 2 theta?
2 cosine.
So it's cosine of 2 theta times the derivative of 2 theta, which is 2. Good, okay?
Yep.
But then, since we're taking the derivative with respect to t, we need to multiply by d theta dt, okay? Here's where I can say, well, d theta dt is a constant, so we're going to put that in. So you end up getting 2v squared c over 32 times cosine of 2 theta. And you can see that that simplifies to that, okay? Now, I love this little explanation, and I hope, let's see, is this an odd one? This is not an odd one, so I'm really glad to show this to the crew. The question is, what part of the lawn receives the most water? And I highly encourage you to pause the video and read this, because I think it's a really good explanation. Then I encourage you to pause the video and see how that box relates to this picture up there. And I hope this helps. Boom!